Welcome to Magic Hour Talk Show 13, appropriately enough. It's so appropriate. I just thought about that because I did not want to do this show. In fact, I don't think I've uploaded anything to my poor little channel in 3 days. I don't think I've gone this long without posting something since I can't even remember when. But if you're watching the news, you probably can agree that this is really not a time to be talking about movies or television or games or any of the usual bullshit I talk about. Because there's some serious issues going down in the country right now. And of course, I'm talking about the riot in Minneapolis. Well, the riot's really everywhere in the continental U.S. right now. I even heard they're protesting in my state. The state where the Civil War started. And I just wanted to mention that because I see all this outrage online about people looting. Oh, clutch my pearls, they're looting. A man died. And we all saw it on video, people. And you're complaining because Target got looted? Targets? No. They do have some nice stuff. I have to say, I do prefer Target as opposed to some other places like Walmart. Sucks. Anyway, my point is, why is it? I'm probably gonna anger some people when I say this, but why is it when black people protest, there's always something wrong with the way we protest? When white people did the Boston Tea Party and dumped all that English tea, they dumped all this English tea in Boston. That was pretty much the equivalent of looting today. No, I'm not saying all these looters are innocent. I'm sure there's some people in there just to get the latest PlayStation or whatever. They're just pieces of shit. I'm sure there's people like that. But come on, guys. White people do this kind of stuff all the time. You heard of the Civil War? Like I said, I'm in a state where the Civil War started. Okay. Let me move past that. And you know why I can speak with such righteous anger today? Because even LeVar Burton is tired of this shit. LeVar Burton, Jordy LaForge, Mr. Reading Rainbow said this on Twitter. LeVar Burton said this. Don't f with me today, people. Today is not the day. LeVar Burton is tired of this shit. Now, I say that with the full knowledge that I know these protests are not going to work. And you know how I know that? I was in high school when the exact same thing happened last time. Now, we've had a few protests between then and now. But when I was in high school, we had this guy named Rodney King. His ass got beat by the cops. They got it on videotape. Some guy, white guy, stranger enough, woke up in the middle of the night and started filming. Now, thank God, everybody has a camera on their cell phone. Me and Kurt was talking about this the other day. Technology has made black people a lot safer in a lot of ways. Because as soon as you pull out that camera, now we got some dumber white people who don't even care, like this woman in Central Park. She just went ahead and faked this attack anyway. She's so dumb.
I'm going to tell them there's an African-American man threatening my life.
Please tell them whatever you like.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you either. I'm being threatened by a man in the ramble. Please send the cops immediately.
So we still have those people. But man, pulling out that camera is going to be a powerful thing the more and more it gets done. And let me tell you, I don't think protesting will work because the only thing that does seem to work when you're dealing with this country is when you go after people's money. You go after the white people's money. What did I mean by that? Well, we had back in the day, Rosa Parks did not give up her seat on a bus, and for that reason, she was arrested. Now, you all know the story if you've been to school. I don't have to rehash this. It's called a Montgomery bus boycott. Why did that boycott work? It worked because black people stopped riding the bus, and they were the main customers for the bus service. I think they even the whatever company it was, they went out of business. Okay, that's what works. Because you know what happened after the LA riots in, I think it was 1992? Just a few years later, a Democratic president, and this president was Bill Clinton, he passed this crazy crime bill with the Republican Congress. I think it was the 3 strikes, you're out bill. I might be wrong about that, so correct me in the comments if I'm wrong about that. But Clinton signed some crazy crime bills just a few years after that. So that's why I say the protest did not work. It raised awareness for, a few months, and then people went ahead, the cops went right back to brutalizing people. And the only difference now is the fact that we have cameras. So, what's the solution? Well, I'm glad you asked me that, because I have the solution. Well, let me not get too arrogant here. It's an idea. Like I said before, the only thing that works in this country is if you go after people's money. So you're probably thinking to yourself, well, our problem is not with Target or Walmart or Denny's or something, refusing service to black people. We have police officers killing black men in the street. Well, how do we deal with that? We have to sue the government. It's not going to work if we boycott the government. I mean, what are you going to boycott? You're not going to pay your taxes? The government's just going to put you in jail. You're not going to pay your property tax. They'll just take your house. So the only thing we can do is continue to sue the pants off these people till they get the message. Anytime somebody makes a false accusation, we should sue them until there's a law on the books making that a crime. And they're actually talking about that in New York. But we need to sue the pants off these people. We need to sue the government. And I'm sure there's entities that do that. We got the Southern Poverty Law Center. We got ACLU. We got a lot of different organizations. But we personally need to do this. We got the NAACP. I think they sue sometimes, if I'm not mistaken. But that's the only thing that's going to work, I feel. Because black people aren't allowed to protest. We tried to protest peacefully. Colin Kaepernick. I got people on my Facebook timeline right now, people who are supposedly my friend, who mock Colin Kaepernick. That's just because let's face it, I'm in the South. So you're not going to find a lot of sympathy for black people in the South. Maybe I need better friends, though. But that's another discussion for another time. But you got a man who protested peacefully. Everybody rational knew why he was protesting. He was protesting police brutality, but to dismiss it, they made it all about the flag. So you white people out there, you had a problem with Colin Kaepernick. Now you want to complain about looting. What are we supposed to do? So that's all. But you know, I don't want to go too deep down the hole because my rage will come out, and I won't be able to stuff it back in. It'd be like a volcano exploding. And I've been thinking about this for days, and I've been angry for days, and I'm just now getting to the point where I can relax a little and think. And it would help if black people got together. We got a lot more black people with money right now. We got Kanye West just declared himself a billionaire. And I think Forbes actually agrees with him that he actually is a billionaire, because I know they had some problem with that Kardashian girl. What's her name? Kylie Jenner or something. So, but it looks like Kanye is a legit billionaire. Oprah's a legit billionaire. Michael Jordan's a legit billionaire. Tiger Woods is a legit billionaire. We got a lot of people, a lot of black people. I mean, I would say just 10 to 20 years ago, it was only Oprah. Probably LeBron James is probably close to being a billionaire. These aren't black people who have supported causes to any extent, though. A lot of them. I won't say all of them, but I can't. I'm sure Oprah has in some way. I don't know specifically. She's addressed police brutality. I know LeBron has. I definitely know Michael Jordan hasn't. Because that's one of the things they brought up during that The Last Dance documentary. But there's a lot of black people with money. We should pull this money, sue the pants off the government, sue the pants out of all these people making these false accusations, and maybe then, when we go after their money, maybe then things will change. And we need to do some other things. We all need cameras. Now, I know everybody already has a camera, but I'm talking about we need those cameras that the cops have. And I say that a little bit in jest, but it's not a bad idea. If I could just tap that little button that the police tap to start the camera, instead of having to pull out because once you pull out a iPhone, that just gives the police an excuse to shoot you and later say it was a gun. They thought it was a gun. That's happened several times. But if you could just do, what are you saying, sir? You just do this like that, boom, you got them on camera. We need to design. In fact, we got a lot of black designers. We need to design shirts that have little pockets in the middle of our chest to hold these damn cameras. And we need to find out. I don't even know where to buy a camera like that, but I'm sure somebody needs to get on that. We need cameras. Every black person should wear a freaking camera at all times. Anytime you interact with a white person, you should be recording that. Okay, I'm kind of joking right now, but you see my point. And I've already mentioned before in another show that we all need guns. And I'm not advocating for violence. I'm just saying, if Armand Arbery, I think is his name, the kid that was jogging, if he had a gun, he would have been a lot better off, I think. Because let me tell you, if I'm jogging and I see two rednecks pull up on a pickup truck, I ain't waiting to hear what they want. I am drawing down on both of them jokers. Believe that. I ain't the one. So I'm just saying. Anyway, now I'm getting upset. I don't know. Maybe I don't have the answer, but it seems to me we could do a lot better, people. I've been looking for plane tickets to New Zealand, for God's sake. That's how bad I start to feel. Because we know New Zealand, in addition to, them filming Lord of the Rings there in The Hobbit, they also are free of coronavirus. This is what gives, one thing I want to miss, this is what gets me about when white people protest. Yeah, I know some of you probably thinking, white people protest too, just not black people. And we don't do all this crap. But see, y'all protest stuff that you already have. And what I mean by that, I saw just the other week there, I think it was Michigan. There were guys in front of the state house protesting for the right to be outside when they were already out freaking side. Does that make any sense? And then you got white people advocating for gun rights while holding an automatic rifle or a semi-automatic. I grant you that. But still, they're holding an M4 Carbine or AR-15 or whatever it is, and they're complaining about their Second Amendment rights being threatened. When they're holding the freaking weapon that supposedly is going to get banned. Supposedly, because I was like, it never happens. They always say it's going to happen when a Democrat comes in office, but it never happens. We are living in ridiculous times. And I wanted to do this show a few days ago. It felt kind of ridiculous wanting to talk about Henry Cavill when the world is burning. Henry Cavill, well, we can talk about it a little bit. Henry Cavill, it's been rumored that he's in talks to take on the cape again, Superman. They don't plan to do another movie though, so I don't know. I don't know whether that means he's going to come back to do some reshoots for the Snyder Cut or he's going to be in the Wonder Woman movie or something. I don't know what that means. But it seemed kind of silly to even do a show about that, considering our circumstances right now. On a more positive note, SpaceX sent 2 astronauts to space today. That was kind of historic, but then I just realized the stupid headline on this article. No, I knew it before I ever brought it up, but I just thought it'd be funny. SpaceX astronauts listened to AC/DC during historic launch. Oh, thank you for telling us that. We so need to know that. So important for us to know that. Thank you. Comicbook.com. No, really, it was a great achievement. First ever manned space launch by a private company. By the crazy megalomaniac Elon Musk. And I'm not going to go on Elon Musk, but I did read an article, really good article about him. For one thing, I didn't know that I always thought he was a self-made man, but it turns out, no. His dad owned an emerald mine in South Africa. So, I don't know. I'm not going to knock him just because his dad gave him some money early in his career and he wasted it on like 2 or 3 ventures before he made it big at PayPal. I'm not going to knock him for that. Hey, if my dad had that much money, I probably would have done the same thing. In fact, I know I would have done the same thing. But guys, I wish there was something else to talk about. I mean, it's pretty boring in my realm of influence, which is movies, television, games, and some Disney stuff, which is kind of, I don't know, not mutually exclusive, but there's not much going on. There's a lot of gaming news. We got PlayStation coming out not too long. But that's about it. There was a presentation with The Last of Us 2, which I've pretty much already seen and didn't really. Anyway, it wasn't interesting enough for me to just do even a segment about it. But that's all I got for today. Just my thoughts. I hope I didn't anger anybody or offend anybody. But like I said, this is not that type of show. I never wanted to be that type of show. I don't like politics. Well, I would more accurate to say I don't like talking about politics because people get very crazy these days. It's so polarizing. But if you're still with me, give me a like, give me a subscribe, ring that bell so you know when my next video drops. And I will see you when I see you. Thanks for watching.